What's good, lads? Today's date is the 8th of March 2021, and it's been a minute. As no doubt several of you already know, the Monster Hunter Live digital event was today, showcasing a whole array of new information for not just Rise, but Monster Hunter Stories 2 as well. Now, I could sit here and recap everything word for word, or film myself blowing out my audio levels for a reaction video, but you and I both know there's plenty of that out there already. So what we're going to do today is take a look back at the history of one very interesting new announced monster, and here it is. My name is CeraCymmetry, and this is your crash course on Chameleos. What? It's right there. Promise. So, Kami, the Elder Dragon of Mist, Unazuchi, so on, introduced back in Monster Hunter DOS as part of the trifecta alongside Teostra and Kushala. It's by far the most intriguing of the three. Now we have the pleasure of squaring up against it in our first DLC of Rise, and Chameleos' first appearance since GU. As you may have guessed, both from the trailer and the name of the damn thing, Chameleos' main gimmick involves literally disappearing into thin air. Your target cam becomes useless, and a surprise attack can come from any side. However, that's not all that this menace had up its sleeve. Not only would you have to deal with an invisible threat, but potent poison attacks were abundant. Chameleos could spit balls of poison, cover huge sections of the battlefield with clouds of purple gas, and even manipulate smaller clouds to move around the arena. Okay, hard to catch, gradual damage kind of fight. It's okay, stock up on antidotes and we should be fine, right? No, not at all. You see, another form of attack invoked by this dude uses its massive sticky tongue to lash and batter hunters, and to add insult to injury, if you take a hit, there was a high chance it would steal items straight out of your bag. Picture this, you're almost done with the fight, eager for it to end, you just carved a rare gem. Nope, it's gone because you took a spanking from Yellow Temperance over here. Add on a healthy dose of strong physical attacks, and you've got yourself a massive threat that can very easily take out any unsuspecting hunter. Not to mention that upon enraging, it would literally cover the entire battlefield in mist whilst the BGM kicks into high gear, reducing your visibility considerably. So now after that, your question might be, how does one deal with such a combo? Well, I will say, for all its gimmicks, Kami did have some pretty decent counters and a whole host of options available for hunters, starting with two very potent hit zones for both fire and dragon damage. With enough pressure on the horn, you could shatter it, which would all but remove the ability to disappear. Speaking of, whilst the horn is locked behind the 30% health mark, you could still throw either sonic bombs or smoke bombs to temporarily render this monster visible, game depending of course. Hell, one strategy involved just slinging a handful of dung at the poor thing and locating it based on the stench marks. So with all this information combined, what's your reward if you take this beast down? Well, as expected for this monster, you can expect decent poison weapons, all designed around the theme of mages and genies. They often receive purple sharpness and typically come with a high amount of slots, 2 to 3. All in all, pretty respectable tools. The armor, on the other hand, is designed for one specific purpose. You see, as Chameleos came slithering onto the scene with two other elder buddies, Capcom looked at this group and said, hey, what if it was Pokemon? What I mean by this is that Kushala, Teostra, and Chameleos all had skills that nullified one another. Teostra negated Chameleos, Kushala negated Teostra, and Chameleos negated Kushala. What that means for Chameleos armor is that you can expect to see wind resistance, skills to negate the cold, and even certain levels of earplugs, all of which of course are a complete hard stop to the Windy Dragon's usual awful garbage. Now of course we have no idea what 5th gen tricks they'll pull with Chameleos this time around, and there's even a possibility of old moves to return, such as stamina reducing saliva. Who can say? All I know is that I think our new returning friend is going to be a very interesting, even polarizing experience for a lot of hunters, old and new. Oh, and before we finish up here, do yourself a favor and go look up the Chameleos theme. It crushes, no word of a lie. So what do you lads think? Are you excited for this returning experience? Do you wish it had been a new monster? And how do you think Chameleos will act going forward? Let me know in those comments. Please give us a sub if this was informative for you. I'll see you all next time. We have a demo to play.